9 o'clock, which means it's time for our kettlebell session. We have two parts today. The first one is not for time. It's just 4 rounds, 10 at each movement. And then the second piece is some interval style work, which we should all be well familiar with by now. We're doing 4 rounds of that as well, with 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. Some new movements today, and I am also going to be subbing out some things due to back and knee. I know my 90-year-old body. So we'll talk about some scaling options if necessary. But let's go ahead and get warmed up. So we're going to start right off the bat with some jogging in place. The question of the day, guys, is if you and your closest friends were to start a band, what would the name of your band be? And I don't know what mine would be, but something goofy, just totally off the rails that doesn't really mean anything, just random. Alright, keep it going here for a little bit. And let's go with a couple real high knees. And relax. Let's take it down to the floor for mountain climbers. Again, we're just taking this slow to get a stretch. I think of these questions and then I can't come up with an answer myself, so I don't blame you if you have a name quite yet, but maybe later on you can comment. How about the Sasquatchers? That'd be a good one. Our Bigfoot crew. So today we have, the first piece is a little bit more core oriented, and then the second piece is some upper body, back, pulling, that type of thing. Let's go one more on each side. So if you did today's coffee and core already and you're hopping in for WOD number 2, may get a little spicy for you on this first one, but that's alright. Alright, let's come out of that, and we're going to stay on the floor for some glute bridge. We do have a spicy new movement like this today, so let's get those glutes firing. Drive your elbows and your heels in the floor and rise up to squeeze. Let's go 10. Around to all fours. We've got some T-spine rotation, so you can either give yourself a hug or put your hand behind your head. Let's go 5 per side. Awesome. If you want to try to get your breathing, you're going to inhale as you go up, exhale as you give yourself a hug. On your last one, let's stay on all fours here for another movement. Just going to turn it around. We're going to go bird dog. So again, with some glute activation, opposite hand, opposite foot. You're pushing that wall away from behind you. Like there's actually some resistance. And one more each side. Perfect. I'm going to give you an option, and you might choose this ladder, but you can either hit up 5 burpees, or because today is a little more shoulder intensive, if you just want to hit up some inchworms, that's okay too. So let's hit up 5. You want to maybe hit a push-up if you're doing the inchworms. That'll make up for not doing burpees. are going to stay in a high plank position. We'll hit 10 shoulder taps. And our last movement for those abs is a hollow hold. Remember, you can modify keeping it here or doing some dead bugs. So let's go ahead and get started. Hang tight. And relax. Perfect. Feeling warm. I'm always feeling warm in my living room because it's boiling in here even when I turn the heat down. But it's supposed to be nice this week. I think we're hitting 59 today. But alright guys, so you're going to need your kettlebell. You may want to be near your couch if your kettlebell is not heavy enough to hang on to for an ab movement that we have. But like I said, we have 4 rounds. It's 10 per everything, per side or per movement, right? So we've got plankless side rotation. So you can do this one of 2 ways. We can come from the low plank on our elbows, right? And then you're just opening up as much into that side plank position as you can. If you are going to get rug burn or maybe that bothers your elbows to put weight on there, you can do a high plank. And just like we did with warm up, you're just going to kind of thread the needle and open up. Okay? So those are 2 options there. The next one is a suitcase march. So we've done these before. You're going to hold your implement of choice. And remember, it's not just like la da 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 da, we're going for a march. You want to feel this in your core. So you're pulling that leg up with those abs. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3 on your right leg. And then 1, 2, 3, so on, or arm, with your left arm, right? Next up, this one is going to get spicy. 10 bridge walkouts. Your hamstrings might explode. Disclaimer. Okay, so you're going to come from the bridge position. Whoop. And then all you're going to do is walk your feet out. Okay, till you're just about kind of parallel with the floor, or you feel obviously all that tension in the hamstrings, and walk it up. So you want to go to the point where you avoid like just collapsing to the floor, right? You want to stay tight. If that's too much, what you can also do is just grab a weight, and you could do some weighted glute bridge, okay? And then the last one is a reverse crunch. Again, you can either hang on to a kettlebell, or if maybe yours is a little bit light and it's not stable enough for you, grab your couch and reverse crunch. And then you also want to control back to the floor and kind of hover from the floor as well. These are a great progression for toes to bar if that's something that you've been missing. So this is a good one today. This is the only thing that you have an option. You can do 10 to 15. So if you're feeling it, let's hit the 15 on that one. Cool? So let me give you 30 seconds to grab all your stuff, and I'll give you a countdown. We don't, like I said, this isn't for time, but yeah, we'll count down in about 30 seconds. I can't wait to have like a warm morning or a warm night. Usually when it's going to be nice here, it's always so cold in the mornings. So I'm most excited for that. All right. As always, my little pre-game juice here. All right. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. So again, remember your options are to go from the elbows or from that high plank position here. All right, don't get lax on this march. Make sure you feel it in that core. So you're pulling those legs up. All right, it's a fun one. Bridge walkouts. Try to maintain tension as best as possible here, guys. And at the top, make sure you still squeeze. So finish just like you would a glute bridge and warm up. I think I'm going to do half and half on these here. And then we've got reverse crunch for the last one here. Cool, now as best you can on those guys, whatever you're hanging on to is just kind of for support. So try not to be pulling on whatever you're hanging on to. You're pulling from here to low abs. All right, that was round one. Round two, here we go. I just changed this one up. I'm doing 5 on each side, 2 times through. Awesome, guys. This one's just a nice and steady pace here today. On our next workout, we can kind of crank it up a notch. Alright, I'm doing one more substitution for the walkouts with some weighted glute bridges here. Just some other options in case you guys do have anything else at home and you see these movements. You guys can have some tools in your toolbox for knowing other options that you can do to scale this kind of stuff. Did you guys see my dog's face? It's like, boom. How are we feeling, guys? That was halfway. Does anyone travel a lot when they work out? I seem to travel quite a bit. How are we feeling, guys? Feeling those Beachbody abs coming on? Back in Wisconsin, like our springtime, even if it hits 40 degrees, we're like, you know, gym garage doors open, tank tops, shorts. And then we usually get a little tease, and then it'll like dump on us again in April. I moved here to Washington last April, and when I left, we still had a foot of snow on the ground, so I'm not sure what it's like back home right now, but I'll take what we've got coming this week for sure here. My dog is just slightly off to the corner there, still looking at me dumbfounded. Alright, we'll give these walkouts another shot here. Halt. Again, with these walkouts, make sure you're just going where you can maintain tension. So even if that's just, you know, about here and your legs don't get all the way straight, that's okay. And then just remember to squeeze back up at the top. Who needs to do heavy barbell deadlifts when you got these, huh? Holy moly. You need to kind of take a break there. I was just kind of doing both legs side to side. Kind of helps release that low back a little bit. Whenever I'm like, come on guys, squeeze, we got this, that's partially for my own good too. You guys are probably rocking this. And here I am dying. All right, who's on the last round with me? You got this? Except I don't know what I'm doing. I keep getting up and down when I'm not supposed to be getting up and down here. Awesome, guys. We're nearing the end here. Keep it up. For that movement, it doesn't particularly matter, but I am bad at keeping my eyes up on things, so that's something that I need to focus on a little bit more. So not particularly important for those marches, but still a lot of other things we do. We want those eyes up. If you're on these bridge walkouts with me, we got this, guys. Fight the burn. All right, we're down to our last movement here. To give whoever is watching just another minute or so in case like the walkouts took a little bit longer than my hip thrust, or if you were doing the 15 crunches. So I'm just gonna hang tight for a minute, peek and see. All right, we got 2 of you with us. I'm going to get my clock set for the next workout here, and if you guys are still finishing up, stay with it. You guys got it. All right, and if you were right along with me, I'm just going to hit up a stretch here real quick. Just do some floor wipers or iron cross. So make sure those arms stay out in a T, and then your leg is just crossing over. All right. And then because we have a bunch of arm stuff going here, just gonna hit up some arm circles. Couple forwards, couple backwards. Let's go with some windmills here. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Get into that T-spine once more, since we have to do some engaging of the lats in that mid-back. All right, and let's just hit up some corkscrews. Perfect. All right, so if you're still finishing up, I'm just gonna chat at you real loud here to talk about the next movements so we can move on. So again, we have 4 rounds here as well. We have 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. Okay. The first one is a kettlebell row, and we're going to go with an overhand grip. And this kind of emulates like if you were to be doing a barbell row. Okay. But we're just going to go single arm. So you'll go through round 1 on your right side and round 2 on your left side for any movements that are singular. So again, overhand grip. And we're just squeezing back that lat, driving that elbow back, okay? And you want to make sure you're in a good hinged position, just like you'd have that barbell. and you're kind of aiming for like if you were to hit your sternum with the barbell, right? So right about here. The next one is a Y hold, or also known as a Superman, okay? And that looks like this. If you'd want to challenge that a little bit, you could put like a soup can or something in between your hands, and you could go here if you want. Okay, that's a little bit too much on my low back to maintain that hold, so I am just going to flip it on over for some core, and I will be doing just some flutter kicks here. Alright, the next up we have is a dead high pull. Dead always just meaning that we're coming from the floor. That high pull is going to look exactly like we did with the first movement. We're just coming up to full extension and pulling that elbow a little bit higher. So from the dead or the floor and elbow high and outside. Make sure you keep that kettlebell nice and close. Don't let it get too far away from you. Okay? Like you're putting your jacket on, zipping it up. The next one is a YTWI. Okay, lots of letters in the alphabet. We're going back down to the Superman position. And you're going to hit the letter Y. You're going to go up for T. W is pulling back into those lats and engaging. And I is shooting them back. Okay, once again, that's a little spicy for me. So I'm just going to take it up to the hinge position up front and hit my Y, T, W, I. Okay? And I might weight those a little bit, but just feels a little bit better on my back. And then the last one is a squat with an iso curl. So we're going to maintain a good squat position. If you can, you want to kind of just kiss below parallel. So like I can sit in a squat like this all day, right? But we want to kind of maintain some tension there. And then we're just going to be curling our dumbbell. Okay, if that's too much to hold the squat, take it up top and just focus on the curl. Cool. That is it for movements. Again, I'll give you guys about 30 more seconds here. I know this one's kind of goofy with not having a time on the first one. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page, but I'll start the clock in no less than 30 seconds. And again, if you didn't quite catch all of kind of the substitutions or whatever that I did, we'll just take the first round to kind of work out the kinks, and you guys can watch me. We get 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest on each. And we will start on the right side of our body. Cool beans, guys. Alright, we're going to begin. I can't see where my mouse is. There it is. Going in 10. 3, 2, 1. Awesome, guys. Make sure you're driving that elbow back. You're feeling that lat get engaged. And you should wind up kind of just about the sternum level here. That's halfway. Keep rocking. Hit up one more for me. 2, 1. Awesome. Y holds, or what I am substituting today for, is some flutter kicks. Might not be my best decision with more core, but that's alright. Going in 5 seconds here, guys. 3, 2, 1. On flutter kicks, you don't want to be way up here. You just kind of want to hover the floor. Get fancy with it. Do some scissors. Let's do quick resets and get right back to it here, guys. We got this. Make sure you're feeling your butt and that back. You're squeezing. And relax. with the heavy one. Maybe not. Maybe not. And we're still on the right side of the body here, guys. 2, 1. Keeping it close, elbow high and outside. Make sure you feel those hips extend before you pull that arm. That kettlebell should just kind of pop right up if you do that. Shouldn't feel like you're pulling a whole lot. And we're at 10 seconds to go. One more. Awesome, guys. Let's fight that 3, 2, 1 each round here and keep that up. And then we've got our YTWIs. Sounds like a radio show or something. Welcome to YTWI. Awesome, guys. Let's get through one more round here. Y, T, W, I. Woo! YMCA. Squat, 2, iso curl. Remember, don't be lax in that squat. You should feel that tension. Feel that tension, especially after the glute walkouts. Well, that was 10 seconds. Woohoo! Holy moly, you guys. This one's a good one, huh?
3,
One more.
1.
Yeah. All right. Left side. We got this.
3, 2, 1.
Halfway. Come on, guys, hit it. Good. Y holds. And/or join me for flutter kicks. Join me on the dark side.
3, 2, 1.
Come over here. No. Oh, I got my moral support system here. Thanks, dude. Come on, guys. Stay with it. Woo, we're shaking like leaves, but we got it. Breathe.
3, 2, 1.
I should have required you guys all to send me a snapshot of your pain face during today's workout. Bet you there's some good ones. Alright. Left side, dead high pull.
3, 2, 1.
Make sure you are coming down into that little bit of a squat position and we're not just coming here. Keep that chest up, butt down. Seconds. Got a couple more on us. Let's go.
3, 2,
Woo!
1.
Back to YTWI. Brought to you by our 9 a.m. kettlebell session. Make sure you feel those lats working, guys. Squeeze them. 10 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
That must be the universal voice. That sounds like when NASA takes off in space. It's got to be his same voice.
3, 2, 1.
Alright. Multitasking at its finest here, guys. Ah! Let's go. A couple more.
3, 2, 1.
Amazing! Ah! Cool. We got one more round on each side. I said cool, and then I did not have an afterthought. Holy moly. Right side row.
2, 1.
Oh no. Come back to me. Let's try to match that first round, guys. Get them cranking. How's that for a reset? Woo! Bringing the dance moves to you guys every day. 3,
2, 1.
How you feeling, guys? Doing good? Feeling great.
3, 2, 1.
Guess how many people are not working out at home right now, guys? Millions. You guys are way ahead of the game. We are a minority and we are kicking butt. Dead high pull on the right side. Alright guys, let's hang on to this sucker all the way through. Come on. Hang on guys, 10 seconds, come on.
Three, two, one.
Woo, man. YTWIs.
3, 2, 1.
Really want to feel those lats on those W's, guys. Pull them back. Just like you were trying to do a pull-up. And squat with curl. These are so hard. James, this does not look that hard in your WOD brief video. Whoo, man. I was like, gee, what a silly combination. Now I'm like, holy smokes.
3, 2, 1.
All right, left side for the last round. I got wild workout hair in my face.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, guys, last time here, let's go. Couple more. Hang on.
3, 2, 1.
Which side is better for you guys, left or right? I feel about the same today, actually, for once. I'll take it.
3, 2, 1.
Superman. It's a bird, it's a plane. You guys are never gonna come back to my videos now. You're like, she's a dork. Almost there.
3, 2, 1.
Woo! That high pull. guys, we hang on all the way to the right side. Now on our left, same thing. Let's go all the way through. Two more movements to go here, guys. And we are done.
3, 2, 1.
All right, 10 seconds. Get through one more round of this. Or two, one or two.
3, 2, 1.
Awesome, guys. Our last movement. Let's see if I can hold this all the way through.
3, 2, 1.
Come on, guys, stay with me. Feeling it, so I am going to come down into a Frogger stretch. Frogger meaning the knees go out, feet go out, and the more you can sit your butt back to your feet, the deeper and more intense the stretch is going to get. Just going to hang out here, let my breathing come down for a minute. I'm sure you didn't think about it the whole workout, but if you have a band name, go ahead and comment before you check off the video here. I'm just going to stick with the Sasquatchers or the Bigfoot crew. If you want to join my band, let me know. I'll take you. Cool. Then I'm going to come into some 90-90s. And the biggest thing on these guys is make sure you're checking your angles. So this won't do much for the hips and whatnot. So check yourself, make sure you're in good 90-degree angles. And then we're just going to kind of go back and forth here a couple times. You want to sit up nice and tall, and then you're going to try to sit that back hip down to the floor for 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. And then you're going to take a big deep breath. Okay, and you're going to reach over your front leg. And we'll hold here. Cool. Again, sit that hip down. Sitting up nice and tall. How are we feeling today, guys? Feel all right? Starting to come down a little bit. We'll feel the glutes tomorrow, I'm sure. Big breath. And let it go and reach forward. Awesome. Let's do that twice on the other side, and then I will let you go for the day. Check those angles out. says we wouldn't use math? We're hitting up 90-degree angles here. Both legs. Sitting that hip down. And big breath. Let it go and reach forward. And one more time up top. Thanks guys for joining me. I hope this was a good start to your week here. Last time, big breath. All right. Way to die with me here, guys, today. That was awesome. I enjoyed it. And we'll see you back tomorrow at 9 o'clock. See you then.